It's great to have you along with us this morning. It is Friday, May the 11th today, and we have sunshine in the forecast, yes. But look at these numbers. These are single-digit numbers here. Yes, the cooler air has certainly moved in, and you will want to grab a jacket this morning. Into the afternoon, only 11 the daytime high in Toronto. We should be 18 degrees for this time of year. Now, I do want to take you out onto the roads before we get into your forecast. All right, as we talk weather into the weekend, we do have a boundary setting up, and we are going to start to see showers likely this evening into places like Windsor and down to Leamington. This boundary stays with us in through Saturday morning, brings us some showers across the GTA. But the good news is this system quickly gets out of here, and it looks like we do have the majority of the weekend staying dry. About 5 to 10 millimeters of rain, not a whole lot for Toronto. Saturday morning, 6 degrees with those showers, and then drying out as we head into the afternoon. Could hold on to the risk of a thunderstorm down across the southwest. Now it is a week away to the royal wedding. Royal weddings and weather. Emily Vukovic fills us in right here.
Can't.
And that wedding is next Saturday. All right, your Mother's Day forecast across the country. Many people getting away with sunshine, and you can see more details here. Good morning. It is 5:46 and you are watching the Weather Network. I'm Rachel Schoutsen. It's Friday today, May the 11th, and we have a cool Friday. So grab a jacket. It is a little chilly out there. We'll see the sunshine, but it's cold. Rain is coming. Wet start to the weekend for us, but it does look good for Mom. A dry forecast as we move into Sunday. We're going to break down all these details. Plus, summer heat is on the way. First, though, let's take you out onto the roads. Smooth drive on the Gardiner, 11 in Toronto. That's it. Only 11 degrees. 18 is seasonal. That's where we should be for this time of year. So we are cool. All of the warm air is keeping pressed to the south. It's interesting. Right now we're seeing the center of this low develop. That's a cluster of thunderstorms developing stateside here. And eventually that boundary is going to extend further to the east and send us some rain. Keeps all the warm air to the south. We are left with some cooler air as we go into the weekend. And this here is a look at the future radar. So you can see we're clear throughout the day on Friday. Showers start to develop down towards Windsor and Leamington about 5 to 8 p.m. tonight. And then we'll see that rain start to move into our backyard through the overnight pre-dawn into Saturday. Saturday morning, some lingering showers for us. And then all of this continues to move out of the way. About 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. Then we got a clear weekend. Now it is Emergency Preparedness Week, and today we want to talk about earthquakes, building resilient communities. Have a look. All right, thanks for that, guys. Emergency Preparedness Week, it continues. Now, when we come back, we have an incredibly cute video out of the Smithsonian Zoo. Panda falls out of a tree. I know, you don't want to miss that one. But also this, summer heat is on the way across the GTA, and your Long Ranger is just ahead. Good morning. It's Friday, May the 11th today, and we have a cool day ahead, so make sure you grab a jacket this morning. I'm not going to call today cold. It's not cold, but a lot cooler than what we have been experiencing. And if you go out in just a t-shirt today, I think you may regret that. Daytime highs only 11 in Toronto, 11 in Barrie, 13 in Guelph, a little bit cooler down by the water. And we do have a front that is moving in. And as this front extends into southern Ontario, it holds the warmer air to the south of us. So we are stuck with this below seasonal weekend. Showers will be heavier down towards Windsor, Leamington, London. GTA does get into some showers pre-dawn into Saturday. We're talking about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. But the good news is we don't have any blocking patterns in place. We were really into a blocking pattern through April. Now these systems are able to move on and get out of here. So by Saturday afternoon, we are looking at a drier forecast for Toronto. Places like Hamilton, perhaps Niagara region could hold on to some showers. And then for Mother's Day, we're 15 degrees in Toronto. We've got sunshine in our backyard. We're going to talk about some summer heat on the way. But first, here's a look at your morning smile. We take you to the Smithsonian Zoo. Oh, first we're actually going to go to Greece, and this is a look at some of the active weather that we have been seeing in Europe. Extreme flooding here. All right, now time to go to the Smithsonian Zoo. Super cute video there. All right, let's take you now into next week where temperatures are on the rise, and this is a great forecast for all the summer lovers out there. We see temperatures into the mid-20s as we go into next week. Monday, 25 degrees in Toronto, 22 in Barrie. As we look at next week, the heat and the humidity does build Tuesday and in through Wednesday. We even have the potential of seeing a couple thunderstorms in our backyards. Now, before we get to your local forecast, I want you to know Good morning. It's Friday, May the 11th. Right now, 6:06 a.m. and you should grab a jacket. Send the kids to school with a sweater and a jacket. It's a little cool out there this morning. Only 7 degrees right now in Toronto. Rain is coming. Wet start to the weekend. Will remain dry through the day on Friday, but showers develop tonight and in through Saturday morning, and then it does look good for Mom. Dry forecast into Sunday. We'll have all the details coming up, but right now let's get out on the roads. The situation is starting to look a little better on the QEW westbound. Actually, we're only 6 degrees in Toronto right now. It is a straight wind right out of the north, and that helps to keep us a little bit cooler. And cool conditions will be the story throughout the day today. 11 in Barrie, 11 in Toronto. We should be 18 for this time of year. As we look at the future radar, we start to see these showers developing. They're moving into our backyard overnight and in through early Saturday morning. About 5 to 10 millimeters of rain across the GTA, heavier amounts down across the southwest, and this is where we'll also hold on to that thunderstorm risk as well. We do dry out for Sunday, great forecast for Mom, and then look at the warmer air. This is moving in as we go into next week. 25 degrees on Monday. Big push of warmth. That's coming into our backyards. All right, it is Emergency Preparedness Week, and right now, built to handle an earthquake. We go out to BC with Chrissy Van. Well, grab a jacket this morning. You need to layer up. Only 11 for the daytime high. Remember when we used to get excited about 11 degrees? We thought 11 was warm. It's funny how our perspective of what is warm certainly changes as we go throughout spring. We are 7 degrees below seasonal today. So yes, it is a little bit cooler than what we have been experiencing this evening. We are 9 degrees in Toronto, and look, some showers starting to develop as we go into the weekend. A boundary is setting up, and the full weekend details are just ahead. But right now, we want to share this story with you. People in Wisconsin could not believe their eyes as this tornado barreled towards their neighborhood. A scary story, but as we get into the summer season, severe weather is something we will be talking about more here on the Weather Network. And a quote from that story that really sticks in my mind was that man who said it was sunny and then all of a sudden tornado happened. And that is the exact setup that we can get into when we talk summer, perfect blue skies, and then those thunderstorms roll through. Thankfully, no thunderstorms for us as we go into the weekend, but a front is setting up, and this boundary is going to bring us some showers. This is a look at the future radar. You can see the rain starts to fill in through the overnight. It's with us into Saturday morning, but quickly departing. The GTA Golden Horseshoe will be getting out of those showers through Saturday morning. 6 degrees in Toronto, though. Only 13 for the daytime high. We are holding on to that colder air as that boundary keeps the warmth to the south of us. It also keeps the thunderstorm risk down across the southwest as well. All non-severe, but we are dry and we are sunny and beautiful for Mother's Day. 15 degrees in Toronto as we celebrate Mom. All right, you can have a look at your local forecast right now. It's the weekend, and this is a sure sign that summer is on the way when all the Rib Fests start to happen. This weekend in Newmarket, their Rib Fest is taking place. Maybe a good place to take Mom. Maybe you're vegetarian? Well, Veg Fest is happening in Mississauga. Something for everybody. This one in Port Credit. Now, this is a beautiful festival in the nation's capital. It kicks off on Friday, lasts through the month of May. The Tulip Festival. This is on my bucket list. Something to check out for sure. And don't forget, Sunday is Mother's Day. Make sure you do something with Mom. You want an easy idea? High Park, the cherry blossoms, they are in full bloom, and many people are flocking to these beautiful sights. On the outdoors with Mom, okay?
Oh, I'm excited to hear this.
First one in Ottawa, the Tulip Festival starts today.
Beautiful.
This is on my bucket list to get to the nation's capital for the Tulip Festival. I'm sure it's stunning. And another one in High Park, Toronto, the cherry blossoms are in full bloom.
Yeah, you know what? I think you want to get there early or think about taking transit or walking, because I have seen a bit of a disaster there with cars and people trying to park. There's not a lot of parking.
So you're saying it's not a good idea?
Well, I'm saying it's a good idea, but maybe you want to put on your running shoes and walk there, or maybe think about taking transit.
Good idea.
It is a good idea. I've seen some photos already online, and it looks beautiful.
It is so nice.
You may need a couple extra layers, too. It's going to be a little chilly this weekend.
Absolutely. We're feeling it already this morning. 6 degrees. That is it in Toronto right now. We're -5 in Kapuskasing. We had frost advisories in place. As we look at afternoon temperatures, even across the east, this is not sunbathing weather.
No, you definitely need those extra layers, but you can still have your sunglasses. You still need a hat. The sun rays are still quite strong. We've got the risk for for thunderstorms in southwestern Ontario today. So this is going to be the focus of active weather through the weekend, not only today and tonight, but basically Saturday and Sunday we're going to see periods of wet weather down towards the southwest.
And we could even see the risk of a thunderstorm as well, essentially down through Windsor. We'll hold on to that risk, all non-severe in nature. But Kelly, this is the good news here. Beautiful forecast for so many places for Sunday.
Let's send things over to meteorologist Chris Murphy. He's going to take a look at who across the country has probably the best 7-day forecast.
And we think Vancouver is a rainy city. Look at all that sunshine there, just beautiful.
Yeah, that ridge building in is really going to allow temperatures to soar into the high 20s. Now, quickly before we go, we're going to leave you with this kind of interesting stat here. Approximately 5,000 earthquakes are recorded in Canada every year. True or false? This answer is actually true. It's Emergency Preparedness Week. We're going to have more details on earthquakes across the country. But right now, your locals.
Good morning. It is 6:36 a.m. and you are watching the Weather Network. Lots of sunshine, but not a lot of heat. Yeah, cool conditions today. You don't want to call it cold. It's not cold, 11 being the daytime high, but it will feel a bit fresh out there, so make sure you have a jacket on this morning. 11 in Toronto, 12 in Newmarket, 12 for Mount Forest. All right, let's take you out on the roads because we have problems on the 401 this morning. Dry conditions today. High pressure is in place, but we see this boundary setting up, and that's going to bring showers across southern Ontario as we look at this weekend. For the GTA, we're sort of just on that northern edge of this. So we are looking at rain overnight tonight in through Saturday morning, and then generally clearing throughout the day. About 5 to 15 millimeters of rain on the way. So a wet start to the weekend, but gradually becoming drier. And the risk for storms is all going to stick down to the south of us. For Sunday, Mother's Day, we got a beautiful forecast really right across the country. 15 degrees in Toronto with some sunshine. Now, this time next week, we're going to be counting down the hours to the royal wedding. It is officially on Saturday. And let's take a look back at royal wedding weather. That's a tongue twister. Here's Emily. It's 6:46 a.m. and you are watching the Weather Network. It's great to have you here with us on this Friday, getting you into the weekend. Mother's Day is on Sunday. We should have a dry forecast for Mother's Day. But before we get there, a cool forecast and also showers developing overnight tonight and in through Saturday morning. All the details are coming up. But right now, let's take a look at the roads. The sunshine is out. This afternoon, 11 degrees in Toronto. I know, that's it. Not very warm today. And we are looking at this system setting up, this boundary setting up. You can see this cluster of thunderstorms. The center of the low here still west of the Great Lakes, and it's going to send sort of a band of moisture that's going to set up across southern Ontario. This graphic really illustrates that, and you can see it's just sort of staying on the cusp of Toronto. Further to the south, though, places like Windsor, Leamington, Sarnia, getting into more rain this weekend than what we'll see here in Oakville, Burlington, and Toronto. But this is the future radar. It shows you here at 8 p.m. those showers just creeping into Hamilton and Ancaster, Niagara Falls included in that, and then through the overnight, that rain does push further north. Barrie right on the edge of getting into some of those showers. About 5 to 10 millimeters of rain, and this system does clear out of here as we look ahead at Saturday afternoon. Thunderstorm risk stays well to the south of us. Now, it is Emergency Preparedness Week, and today we're talking earthquakes. An earthquake is bound to happen in BC, and here's why. And when we come back, we've got summer heat on the way. Your Long Ranger is just ahead, and also a panda falls out of a tree. I know, morning smile. That video is coming up when we return. Good morning. It's Friday. The weekend almost upon us, and this weekend a special one. Mother's Day is on Sunday, and if you want a really easy idea, something you can do with Mom, head down to High Park because the cherry blossoms are in bloom. Getting a parking spot is probably going to be the hardest thing, but enjoying High Park, looking at the blossoms, oh, that will be a lot of fun. It's great to have you here with us. We are getting you into the weekend. Your forecast is just ahead. This afternoon, 11 degrees in Toronto. We're cool today. Grab that jacket. You definitely need it. And then tomorrow morning, you may need an umbrella because we see this boundary setting up. And as this boundary sets up, it does push some rain across southern Ontario. Southwestern Ontario gets hit harder than what we'll see here in the Golden Horseshoe. Showers for us are likely into Saturday morning. About 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. The thunderstorm risk will linger London down to Windsor as we look ahead at tomorrow, but we'll be clearing out for Mother's Day. And we really have a beautiful forecast for you, for Mom, as we go into the weekend. Sunday, 15 degrees in Toronto. Look at Winnipeg, it's up to 27 with sunshine. Now your Long Ranger's coming up, summer heat as we go into next week. But right now, your morning smile. You got to check out this video from the Smithsonian Zoo. Looks like he's enjoying the sunshine and some hot conditions. We are going to see that as well and feel it too, especially into Monday. That warm air just continues to build and it moves into southern Ontario. Bit of a trough to the north, but we experience the warmth here in the south. So on Monday, 25 degrees in Toronto. That is July heat in our backyard. We look at the 7-day forecast, and with the heat and humidity building, we could get a little active Tuesday and in through Wednesday. That's the 7-day forecast for Kitchener. Oshawa, same kind of story. Temperatures will be remaining warm and above seasonal. And of course, as we get into the weekend, we look at the sunshine. This is the time that you want to be outdoors. If you're celebrating Mom this weekend, connect with us. Let us know what you're doing. You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram. You can connect with the Weather Network on Facebook as well. All right, when we come back, Force of Nature is up just after your local forecast. It's great to see you on this Friday morning, 7:06 a.m. You are watching the Weather Network. And, you know, for Garbage Week this week across Toronto, people have been saying there's been tons of yard waste out. And that is because of the storms, of course. The windstorm, the ice storm, all the cleanup that everybody has been doing over the past few weeks. And they said if it hasn't been picked up, if your garbage day comes around, you still have all that yard waste on your lawn, leave it there. They are going to be doing extra pickups to make sure all of that is cleared out of the way. Lots of spring cleaning for many people. Some of our headlines this morning, grab a jacket. We do have a cool day ahead. Rain is coming, wet start to the weekend, but a dry forecast for Sunday as we go into Mother's Day. Right now in Toronto, we are 6 degrees. That's why you need to grab a jacket. Let's take you out onto the roads this morning. As we take you into this afternoon, 11 degrees in Toronto, mix of sun and cloud, more cloud cover building this evening because we have a boundary setting up, and this boundary is going to be bringing us some showers. About 5 to 10 millimeters of rain for Toronto. Heavier amounts down across the southwest. We could see some pockets up to 30 millimeters, especially if thunderstorms do develop. That risk does not linger for us, though. We are in the clear from those storms. This boundary essentially just a little further to the south, keeping that warm air to the south, too. So that's why we're a bit fresher into the weekend. Sunday, though, we got the sunshine, 15 degrees in Toronto, and that warmth, it's building. We're looking at 20s by the time we are into next week. Now, it is Emergency Preparedness Week, and right now we're talking earthquakes. Built to withstand an earthquake, that's how they're building things in BC. Good to see you on this Friday morning. Rachel Schoutsen and Kelly Sonnenberg here with you. And Kelly, of course, it's a big weekend celebrating Mother's Day and 2 ideas for people in Ontario. Okay,
I'm listening.
Okay, so the first one is to go to the Tulip Festival in Ottawa.
I've never been.
Nice? I've never been.
That's amazing.
It's on my bucket list. It starts today. The first 3 weeks are getting into 3 weeks of May. That's when you can attend. Should be beautiful. And then, of course, this is an easy one, too. If you're in the GTA, High Park, those cherry blossoms are in full bloom.
Oh, my goodness. I've already seen photos on social media pouring in, and they look stunning. I mean, there's even a couple other small local parks, too, in the GTA that have a few cherry blossom trees, and it's gorgeous.
It is.
Just make sure when you're going to Hyde Park, maybe not to drive. Arrange alternate transportation, take public transit, or walk because the parking situation, not so good.
It's crazy. And you know, people said that who live in that area of High Park, the cherry blossoms, it never used to be this busy until Instagram came along. Now that Instagram is here, now that place,
get the photo.
It's a hit. Everybody needs the picture.
I don't know how they're gonna stand up to the cooler temperatures because there were some frost advisories in place this morning.
That's true. So hopefully you brought your plants inside because we have a cool start to the morning. No cloud cover to keep in any of that heat. Only 11 for the daytime high in Toronto this afternoon, and some showers are starting to develop across the southwest.
And the risk for thunderstorms as we head through the evening and overnight as this boundary starts to move in. We're going to be looking at generally widespread 15 to 20 millimeters. That line is going to be almost cut off, basically Toronto down towards the southwest. But Rachel, over the weekend on Sunday, fabulous conditions.
For so many people across the country, Calgary and Winnipeg, you almost have a July forecast for your Mother's Day.
Let's take a look at probably who has the best 5 to 7 day forecast. Here's meteorologist Chris Murphy.
And Emergency Preparedness Week, it continues here on the Weather Network. Want to leave you with this question. Approximately 5 earthquakes are recorded in Canada every year. True or false?
That is 5,000. And the answer is true. Right now, you can see more details on the weekend ahead in your local forecast.
Happy Friday. Good morning. It is 7:36 a.m. Lots of sunshine across the board, but not a lot of heat. So you need to wear a jacket today. 8 degrees in Toronto, warming up to 11. That's it. That is 7 degrees below seasonal. As we look at the Golden Horseshoe this afternoon, no one even close to 20 degrees. 18 is seasonal. That's where we should be this time of year. And you can see once that front came through, really dropped the temperatures. You could feel the temperatures dropping yesterday. Yesterday evening was cool. And now this morning, yeah, you're definitely wearing socks today. I don't think sandals are going to be too comfortable, even though I did wear sandals here today, but I'm wishing I wore some socks. Let's take you out onto the roads this morning. So we got a dry forecast today, a cool but a dry forecast today. And then as we look ahead overnight tonight and into tomorrow, this boundary is setting up. And that brings in some showers, about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain on the way for us. And the heaviest rainfall will be staying down across the southwest. Now, of course, you don't want rain on your wedding day. And it's coming close to a really big wedding. The royal wedding will be taking place next Saturday. And let's take a look back at some of the historical weather we've seen for these big events. And that happens May 19th, the Royal Windsor Castle in England. Emergency Preparedness Week continues. We'll have that story next. It's May the 11th today. A happy Friday to you, getting you into the Mother's Day weekend. We do have a dry forecast for Mom. But before we get there, I want you to grab the jacket because it is cool out there this morning. And then grab the umbrella because we are looking at some showers into early Saturday morning. For the most part, though, we do have a fairly nice weekend. Just a little cool, but mainly dry. This afternoon, 11 degrees in Toronto, 13 in Guelph, 12 in Newmarket. We should be 18 for this time of year, so a little bit below seasonal. Essentially, we saw a few systems pass this week. In behind it, the colder air is moving in, and this boundary is setting up, and it's keeping all of that warmer air to the south of us. We've seen this complex of thunderstorms develop, and now it's going to essentially create this boundary of active weather being pushed across southern Ontario. Some of the heaviest rainfall does stay down towards Windsor, Sarnia, Leamington, but some of that rain does creep into the GTA. So this is the future radar here. This is a snapshot 8 p.m. tonight. You can see some of the heavier showers certainly across the southwest, and this is just pushing into Grimsby, to Hamilton, Ancaster, Port Colborne, Niagara Peninsula. We're looking at you for some rain. Overnight, that rain shifts a little bit further to the north, just sort of touching Barrie here. Cottage country should be staying mainly dry, and then these showers really start to depart quickly across the Golden Horseshoe throughout Saturday morning. If you sleep in, you'll probably miss a lot of that rain. Now, as we look at how much rain is coming, generally about 5 to 10 millimeters, not a whole lot for the Golden Horseshoe. Heavier amounts possible down across the southwest, as that's where the thunderstorm risk does linger. Now, it is Emergency Preparedness Week, and right now we want to take you to BC, where an earthquake at some point is bound to happen. And here's what they're doing about it. And Emergency Preparedness Week continues, and so does your forecast as we take you into Sunday. 15 degrees in Toronto, beautiful in Winnipeg, up to 27. Calgary, wow, that's a nice forecast for Mom. Sunny at 24. When we come back, Force of Nature, this is just after your local forecast. We have made it to Friday. It is May the 11th today. A bit of a cool start to the day. Jacket, socks, you'll need all those things. I know we've been getting used to wearing flip-flops every day and shorts and t-shirt, but today you'll want to layer up a little bit more. It's a cool start to the morning and only 11. That's it for the daytime high. Rain is coming our way, a wet start to the weekend, but we will have lots of dry weather this weekend as well, especially for Sunday. Forecast for Mom is looking good. Mother's Day is on Sunday. All right, this afternoon we are 11 degrees in Toronto, 12 in Newmarket, 14 in Peterborough. What's going on here? We've seen a lot of systems track through our region this week, and now that cooler air is filtering in. All the warm air is being kept to the south of us, and it's partially thanks to this boundary that is setting up. This is a look at the future radar. You can see this snapshot, 8 p.m. tonight. Lots of rainfall across the southwest. For us, these showers are just creeping in. Looks like at this point, Brantford, Hamilton, Grimsby, Port Colborne, you're starting to get into some of those showers, and then that rain filters in up to Toronto, sort of just scraping Barrie here through the overnight, and then into early Saturday morning, we're going to see some rain. If you sleep in, you may actually miss some of these showers. You can see 8 a.m. on Saturday, all of this starting to clear out of the way. As we look at how much rainfall, about 5 to 10 millimeters. Heavier amounts down across the southwest, and this is where we will hold on to the thunderstorm risk. We're going to clear out throughout the day on Saturday, and then Sunday looks like a nice forecast for Mom. 15 degrees, and then look at the warmth that's building into Monday. 25 for the daytime high. Lots of warm air continues to surge into Ontario, and we've got an above seasonal start to next week. Now, it is Emergency Preparedness Week. this week. And we wanted to ask you this question. What do you think about this? True or false? Approximately 5,000 earthquakes are recorded in Canada every year. The answer to that is true. And in BC, this is one of the most prone places to an earthquake. And here's how they're building to withstand it. It's great to have you along with us on this Friday morning. We are talking cool conditions across southern Ontario. And Kelly, I wanted to mention something about the Golden Horseshoe, specifically about Toronto. People in Toronto have been putting out a lot of yard waste. After the windstorm, after the ice storm, so many tree branches are down. There's lots to clean up. And people have been saying the city hasn't been picking it up. There has just been too much.
Okay.
So the city actually just put out an alert and said, you know, leave it out. We're going to get to it. There has just been so much yard waste to pick up that they haven't been able to do it all sort of in one go.
That makes sense. People are busy. And of course, like you said, with the windstorm, even walking through some parks in southern Ontario, you can actually see all of the tree branches down, cluttering some parks and stuff. So yeah, that does make sense. As we take a look at conditions across eastern Canada for this afternoon, we've got a lot of sunshine in the forecast. St. John's, Newfoundland, 16 degrees today.
Ooh.
That's a fabulous day.
That's going to feel good on the Avalon. Now, we are looking at some cooler conditions lingering in through the weekend across southern Ontario and into southern Quebec. Basically, this front develops. It holds the warm air to the south. We could see a couple thunderstorms across the extreme southwest of Ontario. And generally, this is the rainfall we're looking at. Lesser amounts for Toronto and Cottage Country, basically getting away with nothing with this system.
Yeah, you know what? So the rain really confined down towards the southwest. Periods of rain. It's not a complete washout of a weekend. Across the country from Mother's Day, things are shaping up to be pretty great. Let's send things over to meteorologist Chris Murphy right now. He's going to let us know who across the country has probably the best 7-day forecast.
And we think Vancouver is a wet city. Look at all that sunshine that's building in. The ridge builds in too, Kelly. Lots of warmth coming.
Yeah, you know what? Temperatures are going to be feeling a lot more summer-like across BC and Alberta. People that are summer levels, happy about that. But really not the great news is going to be the risk for flooding across portions of British Columbia these next couple of weeks.
That snow melt continues. All right, it is Emergency Preparedness Week. Our topic today is earthquakes, and we're going to be showing you structures built to withstand the earthquake when we return.